Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. And without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys All-Pro duo makes NFL Christmas Day history. While not on a regular basis until 2020, the NFL has played games on Christmas Day dating back to 1971 and never seen a play like what Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver Kevin Turpin pulled off against the Washington Commanders. The duo made history with an 86-yards touchdown with 7 o'clock remaining in the second quarter of their Week 17 game, giving the Cowboys a 21-3 lead on the way to a 30-23 win and putting Prescott and Turpin in the record books as the longest Christmas Day touchdown in NFL history. I told everybody to watch what Kevin Turpin in this game as the X Factor, Netflix analyst and Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver Michael Irvin said. Then look what he and Dak Prescott did. Hooked up for a huge play, a really electric play. Prescott was selected to his 4th Pro Bowl just a few days before facing the Commanders and was an NFL All-Pro and NFL MVP runner-up in 2023. Turpin is a 2-time NFL All-Pro and 2-time Pro Bowl return specialist who has been used sporadically on offense throughout his career. After the game, Dak Prescott sends strong message on decision to sit final game. The Dallas Cowboys picked up a 30-23 victory over the Washington Commanders on Christmas Day, but that still didn't change the fact that the team has been eliminated from playoff contention. With a 78-1 record, the Cowboys have failed to meet expectations this season as they simply have not been able to find a way to consistently win football games. With nothing left to play for in Week 18, it's fair to wonder if Brian Schottenheimer and the coaching staff will turn things over to some of the team's reserve players. However, if you ask star quarterback Dak Prescott, it sounds like he has already made up his mind when it comes to whether or not he will play in the team's regular season finale. It's been a bit of a messy season for Dallas. Things went sideways before the team could even get off the ground as Micah Parsons was traded to the Green Bay Packers right before the start of the season. The defense never truly recovered from the loss of Parsons, which has made things incredibly difficult for Schottenheimer in his first season in charge of the team. The Cowboys have had stretches where they have looked like one of the top teams in the league, but those moments have been fleeting. Much of the team's success has come on the back of its offense as Prescott has enjoyed quite a bit of success throwing the football to guys like CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Jake Ferguson. There's no doubt that missing the playoffs qualifies as a failed season for Dallas. And yet, even with nothing left to play for in Week 18, Prescott still wants to go out and win the team's final game of the season. While he understands there's a chance he won't play next weekend, Prescott made it clear that if it were up to him, he'd be taking the field when the team wraps up its season against the New York Giants. "I'll have some fight back," Prescott said when asked how he'd respond to being asked to sit out in Week 18. "It depends on how it comes. What's the purpose? What's the reason? Obviously, I understand being approached about it. The conversations we've already had about it are for me to play. Very prideful. A lot of pride in that. I want to go out there and I want to win. I want to play." The case to sit Prescott for the final game of the regular season isn't too hard to map out. Not only would the team avoid the possibility of him suffering a serious injury, but it would also get a look at his backup, Joe Milton III, to see what he's capable of. Last year, Milton starred for the New England Patriots in their regular season finale, leading them to a victory over the Buffalo Bills that actually resulted in them missing out on the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Prescott is going to push to play, though, and carving up a porous Giants defense could give the offense some positive momentum to carry into the off-season. Not much has gone right for Dallas this season, but giving Prescott and the rest of the starters a chance to finish the season on its own terms may be the best option for team morale. For now, the team will enjoy some extra time off before turning its attention to its final game of the season. Cowboys predicted to part ways with $36 million defender. While we all get a few more weeks to simmer in the utter disaster that's been the Dallas Cowboys in the 2025 regular season, it's important to remember there was a fleeting glimmer of hope that came around the NFL trade deadline. That was when the Cowboys made trades for two defensive standouts in New York Jets defensive tackle Quinn Williams and Cincinnati Bengals inside linebacker Logan Wilson, then reeled off 3 consecutive wins. That stretch included consecutive wins over the two teams who played in the last Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. While that run pushed the Cowboys back into playoff contention, their current 3-game losing streak led to them being eliminated from the postseason with 3 games remaining in the regular season. Williams went on to earn Pro Bowl honors and will be part of the Cowboys' long-term plans. Wilson, on the other hand, may be playing his last few games in a Cowboys uniform. The Cowboys are in financial dire straits unlike any NFL team right now, as they're projected to be $36.7 million over the salary cap in 2026. That means a major bloodletting is on the way in terms of the roster, with Spotra's Michael Jannetty singling Wilson out as a likely candidate to be released. Wilson was acquired from Cincinnati at the deadline for a 7th-round pick, hoping to offer a shot in the arm to a position that was vulnerable through much of 2025, Jannetty wrote on December 21. While the 2 years, $13.7 million remaining on the contract isn't terribly daunting, Dallas likely opts for the early March cap space and attempts to rebuild the off-ball linebacker position from the ground up this spring. Releasing Wilson frees up $6.5 million of space. For some reason, the Cowboys traded for Wilson and chose not to play him over Kenneth Murray, with Wilson making just 1 start in the 6 games since he was acquired in the trade. Murray, on the other hand, has been one of the NFL's worst players at his position this season and is in the last year of his contract, which means he's even more likely to not be on the Cowboys in 2026 than Wilson. Wilson, 6'2" and 245 pounds, was a 2-time All-Mountain West Conference pick at the University of Wyoming before the Bengals selected him in the 3rd round, number 65 overall, of the 2020 NFL Draft. Wilson became a full-time starter in his 2nd season, the same year the Bengals shocked the NFL and played in the Super Bowl for the first time since 1988. In the last 4 seasons, Wilson has over 100 tackles each year and has shown a knack for making game-changing plays with 12 career interceptions, 7 forced fumbles, 26 pass deflections, 19 TFL, and 18 QB hits with the Bengals. For some reason, he was playing behind rookie Barrett Carter despite Wilson signing a 4-year, $36 million contract extension before the 2023 season.